So, guys, obviously, this person you see here needs no introduction. She's been on my channel several times, and I'm sure most of you know her already. So I have here Tochi Esther. Welcome once again. It's been a long time, like a year. So
Thank you
today
for having me.
you're welcome. We're going to talk about, like, I don't even like talking about this anymore on my channel at all. Like care visa, senior carers, domiciliary, blah blah blah. Like now it's so like old news, but still people are still hopeful that they're going to get. And based on your experience with your audience and with friends and with family, and you having helped so many people to relocate here based on your research and your on your channel, do you still think in 2024 possible for people to get care assistance visas or can come on a health and care worker visa to work as a care assistant in the UK or domiciliary care or whatever? Do you think it's possible in your honest opinion? Stop that.
Well, the truth is, yes, the answer to the question is very possible, so long as that pathway is still open. They haven't closed it totally. It's still very much open, just that it's now restricted. Carers can no longer be independent. So they didn't close it. So if you're a single person, you can move to the UK. If you can move, survive without your family, that's if you have a family, fine. You can still move as a carer. It's just that dependents are no longer allowed under that pathway, but it's still very much open. So why not? People can still move. And now with the new rule of only CQC regulated care homes being the only ones that can now offer COS, it even makes it better because the whole exploitation and abuse of care workers would stop, where they give people COS and no jobs, all those things would stop. And if you get a job, you now know that, yes, you're getting you're good to go. So I think it's very much possible. People can still get jobs.
But I'm even basing, not even regarding the recent news, I'm even basing on the fact that even before this whole new rule about not being able to bring dependents anymore came, we realized there are so many people that were coming, but there were no jobs. And even those that were in the UK already were struggling now to get care assistant jobs. And people will come, they'll get a job, but they'll not get the required hours, and they have to find somewhere. Like I know this Ghanaian group, their employer was arrested because of all this selling of COS, fraudulent, whatever. And the government took them into a safe house, and they were trying to get them care jobs. And for months, people were still not getting. This is in England. I don't know the situation in Scotland. And even in Northern Ireland now, it's very tough. And I have a sister-in-law who runs her own nursing agency and carer agency in London. And even her, at a point, she had to call me to ask me if we had shifts in Northern Ireland because she was even struggling to give her people shifts. So I'm even basing on the fact that it looks like now shifts are hard to come by, not even regarding the dependents. What do you think? Have you not heard such news?
Obviously, the news is everywhere. People are struggling to get jobs, but it's a normal thing, if I'm to use the word, because applying for jobs is quite difficult. Even for us in the UK, when you're trying to apply for jobs, you have to keep applying and applying before you get a positive response, right? It's the same for everybody, if we're going to be honest, right? So carers are no exceptions. If you apply for a job, jobs doesn't just come easily. You have to keep applying until you get one. Because at the end of the day, if a care home or an agency, they need just 10 people. If they get 10 people, that's it. They will close the opportunity. So there are jobs, even though, to be honest, it's becoming a bit more difficult, right? Unlike when, it first opened and there was a rush, a lot of people got the jobs. I remember in my Telegram group of people actually moved to the UK as carers, but it's becoming a bit more difficult. But it doesn't mean that it's not there. And the truth is that with this abuse and exploitation happening, is even making it more difficult because people are finding it hard to get jobs without paying money. Like, how can you ask somebody to pay you 10,000 or 12,000 pounds for a job without shifts? Right? It doesn't even make sense. As an agency, you don't have clients, right? You don't have jobs, but you have the conscience, the mind to collect money from people and not give them jobs. What do you expect? I even hope they're going to lock all of them up, and so there'll be sanity. Let sanity be restored, and let's see what happens. But what I'll say is, just if you want to apply as a carer to the UK, just keep your hope alive and keep applying. There are still jobs.
Do you know of any employers or agencies that are still actually recruiting employers, or do you have tips for people that are still searching on how they can find one maybe easily?
I don't have any of their contacts personally, but if you go online, search for jobs. Yesterday, somebody I know just got a job as a carer, and the person is going to be applying, got her COS, and she's applying with her family just so that before spring, she and her family can come into the UK. So I'm not saying this because, I'm just saying this. I'm saying it because I know that people are still getting these jobs. Even in my comment section, you see people saying, oh, I just got a job, I just got a COS, can I move with dependent? So people are still getting these jobs. It's just that you have to go out there and search for it. Like, that is the main business of your life. Like, your life depends on it. Pray hard, search hard, go on all these job websites. I love Glassdoor so much. They have jobs. They always post jobs on that website. You can try Indeed, even though people are saying they don't get jobs on Indeed anymore. But I know there are jobs on Glassdoor because that's my go-to anytime I'm looking for jobs for somebody or for anybody. Glassdoor, Read, CV Library, they're all there. So I would also advise that you go to care homes, go to their website and apply directly. That way you're sure to get jobs. You won't fall for all those, agencies that are exploiting you. If you go to a care home, apply, they would give you this job. And then there's this website I love so much. It's uktier2sponsors.co.uk. It's, tier 2 sponsors list. You find all the companies in the UK that are licensed to sponsor you, including care homes. Go on their websites, check their career pages, apply. And if they love your CV, they would employ you. And first things first, have a good CV. There are people that you see, they'll tell you they've been applying for jobs and they're not getting. And then when you ask them for their CV, you see it and you're like, even as an employer, if I see your CV, I won't employ you with that kind of CV. So you have to work on your CV and just keep your hope alive. You will get the job.
For you, like as a wife and as a mother, would you say it is still worth it to come to the UK on a care visa as a carer when you can no longer bring your dependents? Do you think is worth it? As a mother yourself, do you think is worth it the day?
This
Like
question.
for £12 an hour or for £11 an hour, leaving your 4 kids, like is it worth it?
This question. Well, honestly, I cannot. If I'm to apply to move to a country and they say I can't move with my family, I'd rather stay where I am with my family because family means everything to me, right? But if you can, there are people that can. There are people that will tell you, oh, I can just go make some money for 2 years, go back or visit my family, always visit them. There are people that can do it. Because we've always heard stories of people staying apart from the family. We always hear back at home, you see somebody that says, oh, my husband is abroad. So there are people that always have been living without their partners for a while. The partner just visits and goes back. We've seen things like that. And I'm like, these people are good. But personally, I can't. Those people are trying, but I cannot do it. So if you can, if you are single, better for you. That's even the best thing. Just go, work, make your money. If you find a wife or husband while you're at it, good for you. But I don't think I can't do it. I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. Like, the salary is not even so much. £10, 10 per hour to work and stay away from my family. I can't. That's me, honestly, I can't.
So your final words for people that are still in this category, searching and still hopeful. Your final words to them, those that are searching, those that will still want to come.
Yeah, finally, I would just say UK is not the only country you can actually go to. There are so many other countries you can try. You can try Canada, express entry. Though it's expensive, you can try Australia, you can try European countries. There are so many of them that are even very cheap and more affordable. You can try those ones. But if you still want to move to the UK, there are many other opportunities for you. It doesn't have to be care. The truth is that people move to the UK on different visas and different professions. So you can move in your field. It doesn't have to be care, but if you still want to move as a carer, it's only going to work for you if you're single, like I said earlier, or if you can survive without your family. But just whatever it is that works for you, just do it. Make sure you do your thorough research, ask questions. Our channels are there for you. So many informations are there. Just, do your thorough research before you make any decision so that you don't regret it tomorrow. I wish you guys all the best.
Wow, thank you so much, guys. I'll leave Tochi's YouTube here so you can, go watch some of her videos. She's done so many videos on this topic. And then let's say if you want to reach out to her as well, you can. So, Tochi, thank you so much for coming and bye.